Alright, both the racers are ready.
Alright, and we are officially underway. Good luck, have fun, keep cape to both runners. Should be an interesting race, we'll see what happens.
Got them pretty synced up on my end, so...
Do a quick refresh, make sure things are as synced as possible on my end. Yeah, that's pretty good, about a second apart.
Oh, I lost there. Well, while they're moving through, we shouldn't have too many problems here for either runner in Yoshi's Island here. I've lost both of their timers, so let me try to get those back up real quick.
So while both runners work their way through World 1 here, I don't expect to see too many major mistakes from either runner. Both of these runners are pretty seasoned. They've been around the game for quite a long time. That said, Yoshi's Island 3, which both runners are entering right now, at times can give people trouble. There are some relatively tight jumps in here.
Yeah, this is probably the one stage where we might see some separation, but both pretty seasoned, solid runners here, so shouldn't see anything too crazy.
Yeah, the biggest thing in this stage is platform optimization, which if you do it exactly right, if you jump on those brown spinning platforms exactly right, you can save yourself one in-game second, but we have seen that burn runners a couple of times actually in this tournament so far because it is kind of tight, and if you don't hit those jumps quite right, you can end up falling down. Oh, nice shell jump from Seathorn.
Nice.
And we get the fish bounce from Tina.
Fish bounce
So
is free.
A little bit of swag from both runners in that stage.
Cannot seem to find where Tina's got her. This window is in a weird spot. So sorry for the nice little... I don't know where it is. Alright, we'll just go with just Seathorn's timer for now, I guess.
So moving through room 1 here, we have Tina with a 279 door and Seathorn with a 281. So a little bit better movement with the cages from Seathorn through that first room, but 2 in-game seconds at this point in the race absolutely will not make much of a difference whatsoever.
No, definitely not.
Nice clean kills from both runners.
Looking like 313 whistles for both.
313 for both, you are correct.
Actually, had a bit of lag on Seathorn's. I'm going to refresh his. There, I think we're a little better now. Yeah, I lost Tina's splits, and trying to find them back again, I would have to kind of mess with the entire screen here. So we're just gonna... We'll leave with just Seathorn's time for this one.
Seathorn mentioning in chat that he started 3 seconds late. Nice clean cape grab from both runners.
I'll try to find Tina's here while they're flying through. So apologize if I stretch over some things here.
So we had a 360 from Tina, 362 from Seathorn. So Tina with the slow flight, unfortunately. Seathorn having not perfect flight speed, but was definitely up there. So well done from Seathorn. Flight speed can make a little bit of a difference over the course of the run, but generally is not make or break. No problem from either runner grabbing the shell out of that pipe. A little bit of a hesitation from Tina there right before that piece switch. Playing it a little bit safe. .251 versus 249. So again, just a couple in-game seconds difference.
Yeah, that's really about all we've had so far as Seathorn gaining. Maybe little bits and chunks of time here. But, like you said, probably won't be anything major starting out. Both with solid 282 ghost houses.
Both runners getting the quick takeoff at the beginning of Donut Plains 3. That's always very nice to see. It can be very frustrating if you don't hit that quick takeoff and you have to jump slowly through the bottom of the level until you reach a spot that you can take off safely. So we'll see how flight speeds treat their runners in this stage. So it looks like we had a 263 from Tina, so she had fast flight, and a 262 from Seathorn. So not quite fast flight, but also not slow flight. I don't expect either runner will grab a Yoshi from this stage, but we'll see. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, we should see. More than likely just some solid flight through DP4 as well. Although Tina grabbing the midway.
Yeah, Tina is getting the Yoshi.
All right. Tina always gets Yoshi. All right. Well, we've learned something today. So that's going to give Seathorn just a slight edge coming out of DP4.
Yep, couple seconds difference. Does provide Tina a little bit of an extra safety net in Vanilla Dome 1 if she needs it. So it looks like at this point Seathorn is approximately 6 seconds ahead heading into the vertical fly. No issue grabbing the spring from either runner, that's always good to see. Oh, Seathorn bonking his head on the underside.
That can be very scary if anything goes wrong with that spring, but Seathorn recovers very nicely. Really good Morton fly from both.
So an 8:14 whistle and an 8:19 whistle.
It's about a 5-second lead here for Seathorn.
And both runners are running on the Japanese cart, so in the event that something catastrophic happens in Vanilla Dome 1, there will be no Freedom Cape available for either of them to pick up. No major difficulty from either runner. Tina took a little bit of an unusual route and did get temporarily knocked off Yoshi, but she recovered very nicely. So no major issues there whatsoever.
Wow, really beautiful Vanilla Secret 1 there from Seathorn.
He's going to wind up with a 280. Whereas Tina enters the exit pipe into the last room at 279. So looks like a four in-game second time difference. So yeah, very well done from Seathorn.
Now we get into the ever so amazing 3 flyovers and an auto-scroller section.
So while we're in these flyover levels here, why don't we take an opportunity to talk about why we're running this tournament and how people can donate?
Absolutely. So we are running this in memorial of Electric Fish Tank, who unfortunately passed away earlier this year. And we're raising money for a scholarship in his name to his local high school band program. So there is a donation. I think we have, is it exclamation point donation? Donate, exclamation point donate? One of those two? There should be a command to give a link, or maybe I can find it here.
Yeah, it looks like the bot may not be running right now, so we may just have to dig up the link.
So let me find it here. There it is. So it's going through Zero Maverick, and he is keeping track of all of those donations, and he'll be passing it along by the end of the tournament towards that scholarship. So if you are enjoying this tournament, please consider donating. It's greatly appreciated.
Absolutely. Every little bit helps. The response has been overwhelming so far. We have hit our goal of $500. We've surpassed the goal. So every little bit helps, honestly, even if it's just a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there. Anything is extremely appreciated.
Yeah, definitely. Both runners making their way through Vanilla Fort now. Usually not too crazy of a level, but there are a couple spots you just gotta make sure you're paying attention.
Biggest factor is, of course, Reznor.
Yeah, for sure.
We've seen some rather unfortunate deaths at Reznor in this tournament, including myself, actually.
I've died to Reznor in this tournament. In my first race against Tina, I died in Valley Reznor, and actually I would have won that race. So all of this might not have happened had it not been for our boy Reznor.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, actually, I think my bad death to Reznor was in my race against Seathorn.
Wow. Things could have been so much different. Seathorn taking a hit there. There is a cape in the next level, which is an auto scroller, so really not that big of a deal. If you are gonna take a hit, Valley Fort's probably one of the least costly places to do so.
Yep, does maintain the Fire Flower, which is always good.
Right.
Fire Flower, if you're able to keep it all the way to Ludwig, will save you about 14 seconds in that Ludwig fight versus just a cape or small strats.
Okay, quick shout out to Team Reznor. Let's go.
Both runners taking their time, playing carefully through this auto-scroller so far.
Yeah.
Which is good.
You kind of have to make that balance of finding things to keep yourself entertained while not doing anything too crazy, stupid.
Yep.
It's kind of hard to strike that balance occasionally.
Taking a death in this level is real painful.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact time count, but I believe it's something on the order of nearly 2 minutes if you take a bad death here.
Yeah, if you take a death towards the end, it's about 2 minutes, so it's not anything you want to do. Contractually obligated to mention that Seathorn coming up on the place where Dode died twice in the 2016.
Oh man. I always get really nervous with those red Koopas right at the end of that level, actually.
Yeah, for whatever reason, there's a little bit more to that than the other Koopas earlier. It just seems tighter for some reason.
Yeah, like every time I kind of go through there, I'm like, okay, was that the last one that just came on screen? And then I go, and then I'm like, but it wasn't really the last one. Actually, this is another level that I sometimes psych myself out at the end, because you get these Super Koopas flying relatively high pretty late into the level in this one, and I've taken a couple of bad hits in here before.
Yeah, I've like accidentally cape canceled through the ones that all pop down at the end and like freaked out. I've tried to keep track of how many red Super Koopas there are, and I swear the number changes every time. It's procedurally generated because I never get it right.
So we got both runners heading into Ludwig's with both Cape and Fire Flower.
Seathorn is switching over to the Fire Flower. That's a strat quite a few people go with. Doesn't cost you too much time, and a lot of people find it a bit easier. Tina hanging on to the cape.
Oh, that spin fly strat at the start of that room is so scary.
Yeah, very nicely done from Tina. So nice Ludwig kill there.
Very nice. Also, both runners switching to Fire Flower relatively early in the castle, which is actually a very good idea. If you drop it, if you time your drop poorly, when you do it at the top, like the old strat used to do, you can sometimes just lose your Fire Flower entirely.
Yeah. So really solid first half of the run from both runners. Seathorn does have the slight edge, but Tina's right behind. This is definitely either runner's race at this point.
Looks like Ludwig was actually a gold split from Tina.
Oh yeah, it is. So she's on. Looks like she's 6.3 ahead of her PB. So really nice pace from Tina so far. I didn't even notice that Seathorn stuck with Fire Flower there at the beginning of.
Yeah, that was interesting. So we've currently got a 12-second difference between the runners. Sadly, looks as though there will be no FOI 1 wings today.
I was wondering if Seathorn was going to try for it, but it looks like
he had the shell. I was wondering.
Now we come up to FOI 2 clips, and this could very easily decide the race with how close it's been so far. If one runner gets in a lot faster than the other, that could be a huge difference. Seathorn gets it first try.
First try, very nice. First try from Tina as well.
Nice, very nice clips.
Very nice. That's what I like to see. It's always a little bit unfortunate when the races get decided by clips, so seeing both runners get it on the first try is great.
Dirty Bubble is free.
Dirty Bubble.
It's a 6-frame trick. I don't know why everybody doesn't go for it. It's basically an eternity to get Dirty Bubble.
Oh, double Dirty Bubble. So we had a 262 out of FOI 3. from Seathorn. Looks like it'll probably be the same from Tina. Yep.
Both with really solid forests.
No issues with part 1 of Royfly from Seathorn. See how it treats Tina here. No problem at all. Both runners looking very confident through that castle. Ooh.
Tina does not get flight there.
Yeah, a little bit of difficulty. She accidentally stomped on the P-switch there.
It does get through there. It looks like another gold split for Tina, so...
Yeah. So we're looking at about a 15-second difference now, so just a couple seconds gained by Seathorn in that split.
Yeah. Compared to how Forest can be such a huge swing, for it only to be a few seconds is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's a great race.
It looks like we got Seathorn setting up for pipe fly here.
Should be good.
Yeah, I believe he got it. Yep. Tina appears that she will just do the regular fly over here.
So it's only about a 1 second difference, whereas, you know, the normal flying through is very simple, whereas pipe fly, there is a little bit of trickiness to it, so... Looks like Seathorn not picking up the cape. We'll see if Tina picks up the cape at the end of the stage here. She does decide to pick up Unicape. Get your Nala Smugs in chat.
Ooh, Seathorn getting the suicide door.
Really good.
263, very nice.
Really good Chocolate Ghost House there.
Tina playing it a little bit safer. Certainly do not blame her there.
No.
Suicide door is very scary. Oh, a little bit of trouble with the door fly swag, unfortunately, from Tina. .260 though, so still only 3 in-game seconds difference in terms of the execution in that stage.
Tina picking up the Yoshi in Chocolate Island 2.
Seeing some Darby and strats.
Yeah, the old 2015 Derby and tournament strats. It does make Ghost Ship a lot easier if you carry Yoshi through there.
It makes Ghost Ship a lot easier, and it also makes VOB 1 considerably easier,
Yeah.
at least in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree with that too. Yeah, being able to eat the moles instead of having to do something else through them is a lot nicer.
Yep.
Oh. Tina
opting to say goodbye to Yoshi.
having a little bit of difficulty there. Does eventually dismount her Yoshi.
Aggressively threw that Yoshi in the pit where it belongs. A little bit surprised that she didn't decide to keep that, actually, given that she already had it, and it makes a couple levels considerably safer, but we'll see how that pans out.
Yeah, I don't know if she accidentally just dismounted and decided not to try and save it, or what exactly happened there.
Not quite sure.
It looked like she had started the level a little bit differently than she normally would. At least it's something I hadn't seen. So
Nice crusher skip from Seathorn. That particular setup that seems to be the one that everyone does nowadays always scares me so much.
yeah, I've tried it and haven't been able to do it. So I take the easy way out and just wait a crusher cycle. Really good Wendy's there from Seathorn.
Very nice. There's also the very nice from Tina as well, getting that same skip. It's a much easier setup that used to be done there that most people do not seem to do anymore.
So it looks like a 220 or 25-26, 25-27 whistle there from Seathorn.
Very nice room 2 from Tina as well.
Yep. Really solid Wendy's from both players.
$25.56 from Tina, and yet another gold split.
Yeah. So Tina on really great pace. Seathorn does have about a 30-second lead, however. But there's still a lot of this race left. There's plenty of scary moments coming up, so.
Looks like Seathorn grabbing a backup cape from the ghost ship for safety.
Not a bad idea.
So Seathorn looks like he's setting up for the scrollless despawn, which I have never learned to do myself, so I have no idea if he got it or not.
I don't know either. We'll just see what happens. Looks like that might be good. It is.
So I imagine he'll deboost.
Very nicely there.
So I believe Tina set up for it as well. Again, I'm not sure, so we'll see what happens.
Ooh, Tina taking the hit there. See if she scrolled far enough to get that despawn.
I don't think so.
No, she did not. But definitely better off grabbing that cape. Nice orb.
So she will wait out the boomerang cycle here. Yeah, unfortunate hit to take, but at least she was able to grab that backup cape.
Really solid Vob 1 there from Seathorn. Just a little hiccup with the chuck at the end. That's about it. Let's see what Seathorn opts to do here. I'm wondering if he will go for sandbar or not.
Tina playing it a little safe in Vob 1 here, making sure she keeps that cape. It's a good call for sure.
Seathorn taking the casual quote-unquote route through Vob 2 here.
Tina will grab a backup cape at the end of Vob 1. Tina having a little bit of bad luck with the bats.
Pretty decent recovery though. You can lose a lot of time if the platforms aren't quite right for you, having to wait out a cycle of those. Man, that strat in Valley Fortress always scares me.
I don't know that I've ever seen that before.
I've seen Seathorn do it in a previous race, and it looks really weird, but it's how he manages to keep his speed. Oh, he survives. Oh man,
just squeaked through.
There is a very likely chance if you get hit by that crusher, you just die.
Ooh,
and he's always having a crazy Resnor also. Tonight on I Shouldn't Be Alive, Seathorn plays Valley Fortress.
That was a scary Valley Fort.
Wow. So Seathorn moving into Bowser's. He is going to lose some time due to not being able to do the cape kill, but everything should be fine as long as he doesn't take a death here. Should be able to still win this race. Skips the midway. The disrespect.
Tina playing it a little more safely. Ooh, does bumper nose on a crusher though.
Oh, okay, yeah, she waited there. That was, if she would have tried that last jump, I don't know if she would have survived. So both runners having some interesting Valley Forts.
Oh no, Tina!
She jumped just a little too late and gets hit with a fireball.
Super unlucky fireball there.
Seathorn with more disrespect towards the mushrooms. He's doing this small Mario.
Oh no, Tina.
Oh, and Tina takes another death.
Unfortunately, jumps into the spikes.
Looks like Seathorn does get the ball skip there.
Does get ball skip for sure. Nice job from Tina keeping P-speed through that section.
And nice Bowser fight there from Seathorn. Finishes up. RaceBot has him with a 33-36, and that looks like that's a race PB for him as well. So very good run there from Seathorn.
It looks like it was a race PB by 16 seconds, so very nice run.
Oh, that's right. He does said he started a little late, so it technically would have been a 33-29 had he started correctly.
Oh, Tina.
Taking a death in the dark room.
Unfortunately, missed the bounce off of the Ninja. Some very unfortunate deaths from Tina. She was having a really great run, 32 seconds ahead of her PB out of Wendy's. and just had some real unfortunate luck with that Reznor.
Yeah, really that Reznor Fireball really cost her quite a bit of time. Switch over to Tina's audio here as she's finishing up Bowser.
Nice ball skip from
So
Tina
it looks
as
like
well.
She did get the ball skip.
Yep. A little bit of difficulty with the Mecha Koopas. Those Mecha Koopa throws definitely can be finicky at times.
Yeah, everybody kind of has, I think, a set way that they do them, and anytime that set way doesn't work, it's a little bit of a panicky situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Does get the quick hit in phase 3. So we just need to see one more Mecha Koopa hit from Tina here, and it will be GG. Very nice. So Tina will be wrapping up with a 36.53, which was actually a 36.52 because she split a little bit late.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a crazy race.
Welcome,
right there.
Seathorn.
Hey, Seathorn.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. And I think, I don't know if Tina's gonna come in here too. But yeah, that was a really good run for me. I was actually technically ahead of my PB all the way up until VOB 2. After VOB 2, because I accidentally, I don't know, like, SRL lagged for me or something, so I didn't see that we were starting till like 3 seconds after we started.
Oh, nice.
So I started kind of late. So it showed me behind my splits the whole time, but actually I wasn't behind all the time.
Welcome, Tina, as well.
Yo, that was a Mario.
That sure was a Mario.
Yeah, nice job. I know we both had some trouble with VOB Fort.
Yeah, that was probably
Oh.
the biggest point of
But
difficulty.
apart
for
from
both.
there, I mean, you were pretty close behind the whole race.
Yeah.
Yeah, after I threw Yoshi away, the Yoshi that I'm not supposed to have given, but
I was going to ask about that actually. So when you threw Yoshi away in...
I was absolutely going for another slam.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what we were wondering, if there was something else going on.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just going for a slam. That's the strat that I use in all castles, and as you might have picked up on, I am garbage in Sunken Ghost Ship without a Yoshi.
I mean, on the
Yeah.
plus side, when you did ditch that Yoshi, you put him in the pit where he belonged.
That's right.
Yeah, I was happy about that. But on the other hand,
I do think
there
that
are
Sunken
other
Ghost Ship
places
is
I can
harder
kill a Yoshi.
without Yoshi.
What's that?
I said I do think Sunken Ghost Ship despawn is harder without Yoshi.
Yeah,
Most people think otherwise.
I am surprised to hear that.
But yeah, in VOB Fort, I was doing my standard strat at the end, which is I usually go for the like regular crusher skip with the spin fly, then I go for the next crusher with a spin fly, so I keep P speed.
Yeah,
And then the last part, I do a normal fly, and then because it just gives you P speed at the end.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I usually keep spin
It's
flight
just
when I'm going through
slightly
that.
faster, but this time I accidentally hit the crusher, and then I could have waited a cycle, but I decided to go for it anyway, and ended up barely getting like tipped by the back of the crusher. Actually, almost died.
Yeah, I was when I saw you got hit, I was wondering whether or not you were far enough to the right to actually survive
I
before you
was
just
pretty
get
scared.
completely crushed. It was very
It was-
close.
Really scary.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty scary. I mean,
Bob Fort that sure was a thing.
if I did die there, I could have done Vob Fort small, which I do know, but it would have lost a lot more time than it did.
Right.
I mean, as it was, it lost like 2 seconds from just being slow, and then kind of a messed up Reznor fight, and then like 7 seconds in the Bowser fight. So
Yeah, Reznor was very unkind to both of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Seathorn, you got hit by an earlier Reznor as well in Valley Fort. So Reznor was out for blood.
yeah,
today.
I had gotten hit in Vanilla Fort.
Ooh, that sucks.
I mean, it's not the worst one because you can just get a cape in BB1, but it was the one fireball pattern where it's right where you are aiming the jump, and whenever I get that one, like you could avoid it, but if it's in BB1, I usually just jump through it because otherwise I'm probably gonna get like teleported into the lava or something.
Oh, yeah.
So
Do you
I'd
do
rather just
the early
take the
jump
loss.
for Reznor?
I just do the standard jump over the bottom one and then hit the one on the far right, and then
Yeah, but do you start the room with a jump or do you run and duck?
I start the room with a jump.
Okay.
But yeah, sometimes I get that fireball. Very rarely. And I was happy that we both got first try clip.
Yeah, that was awesome. to
Yeah.
see.
That was very good to see, yeah.
Most of my races, at least one of the racers gets second try.
All right. Well, looking ahead here, Seathorn, you are moving on to winners finals, where you'll be facing Louis. Anything you're planning on working on before you face off against Louis? Any smack you want to talk? I know he's here.
I mean, Louis has gotten, let's see, he's gotten 3 33s and 1 32 in the tourney so far. I have gotten 3 33s and 1 34. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really great
I
winners
mean,
final.
in my prediction bracket, Louis wins, but hopefully I can prove myself wrong.
Are you gonna save the prediction bracket? Or go
So
for
here's
the-
the thing, though. You've
I
been
w- I
wrong
win-
before because I faced you.
That's true.
Yeah, apparently 0% of people predicted our matchup.
That's weird. I wonder why that is.
But yeah, whether I
sorry.
whether I win or lose to Louis, I win either way. Either my prediction gets better,
There you go.
or my placement in the tourney gets
It's a
better.
win-win. Tina, looks like you are dropping down to losers bracket. You are going to go up against the winner of Mostly SMW or Weird Waldo. Any thoughts on that? Anything you're going to work on before facing one of those two guys?
I mean, obviously, I just need to stop sucking at SMW. That's what I need to work on.
Well, that's a hard thing to do.
It's really tough to do, and it's not a great game to begin with. So, but no, both Waldo and Mostly are really good. So it'll be a fun race.
Good to hear.
So you're actually up against mostly SMW because
has
that
that-
race
has that
actually
race
did happen.
Oh, that
Okay,
race
That
happened.
just hasn't been updated
Yep,
on that
yeah,
bracket.
it just hasn't been updated. Yep.
Oh, okay. So it is Mostly. All right.
Well, now
So-
we know who's going to make it so that I'm not in the tournament anymore. That's awesome.
So taking a look here at the calendar. It doesn't look like we have any more races scheduled right now, but we are kind of getting close to that point. I think we are going to eventually set up some sort of bigger, longer kind of finale stream. I think we've only got a couple more races to get through before we do that. So
Yeah, I think it's just gonna be Mostly versus Tina, then winner of Steven Rupert versus TNT, winners of those two matches together, and then that match and my match versus Louis and whatever
And then the
weird
final.
bracket stuff goes on between
Yeah.
those winner of losers and loser of winners and whatever
Right.
is all
yeah.
going to happen on one day, maybe in an extended stream,
That'd
which
be
is
pretty dope.
supposed to be maybe the 29th. We'll see.
Is that what we're looking at? Okay. So be sure to stay tuned. We're going to try to get the rest of these races all streamed. This one we kind of tossed together last minute. I think it worked mostly okay. To toot my own horn a little bit. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for us. Thank you, Seathorn and Tina, for the excellent race.
Yeah,
Yep,
thank you for the
good
race.
job. And thank you for the impromptu restream and commentary.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
problem. Thanks,
thanks.
Slice, for hopping
That was
in as
like,
well.
super last minute.
Really appreciate it. So that's going to do it for us. Let's find somebody to host, shall we? Who's playing this video game right now?
Not me.
Yeah, I'm
I'm gonna
actually
go back
going to be
to
doing Final
Christmas Eve
Fantasy
stuff.
VI after this,
Oh,
so
nice.
not me.
Peek and poke around here, find who's playing some
Looks
SMW.
like Waldo's playing SMW.
Oh, that sounds like
Yep.
that sounds like a good target. So I can't host, but we can link